Tonight, we're going to be diving into the amazing market of Clarksville. As you can see, we're going to be discussing the many ways that this market is both appreciating and cash flowing. That's very unique in this given market with real estate, and Clarksville is very special for that. This is a topic I'm very passionate about. I am a investment owner in the state as well. It's something that I personally believe in very much, and I'm excited to dive into it with you all. So without further delay, let's get to the next slide. Alrighty, guys, with that said, a quick intro. I know a lot of you that are here tonight, but for those I haven't had the opportunity to connect with, my name is Rachel. I'm a realtor and advisor here on the team at Marshall Reddick. I grew up just outside of Seattle and then moved to California for college. And then last summer, my husband and I packed up our 2 sons and everything else and made the move out to Texas. So we are officially Texans now. I have my BA from Vanguard University. I have my real estate license both in California and Texas now. And I'm just a huge believer in Marshall Reddick and our many amazing services. In fact, my husband Steve and I were actually investors for many years before I decided to come join the team here. I absolutely love what I do every day, and I love working with our clients. All right. We have multiple facets that comprise Marshall Reddick. We got a lot of cool stuff that we have to offer. First and foremost, we're a real estate brokerage, so we help our clients buy and sell residential real estate. Some of those clients are shopping for their primary residence or sometimes a vacation home due to a lot of our markets. And then others come to us for our one-stop shop investment property services. That's how I personally began my journey with Marshall Reddick. It was by purchasing an investment property. A lot of our clients in this market are doing the same as well. We are also a private money lender, so we help our clients by providing private money loans to help fund a variety of different programs. You can see those all detailed and broken down on our website as well. On the flip side of that coin, we also have investors funding each of those individual loans. So it's also a different way to diversify your portfolio. You can invest in funding loans as well. And we also have the Marshall Reddick Fund, which is available to accredited investors. So the fund is a great opportunity for those who are who qualify as accredited. It's just a new way to diversify as well. We also offer property management services in our primary markets. Clarksville and Kentucky are our primary market as well. So we have in-house Marshall Reddick property management there, which is incredible. If you're investing in real estate long distance, which most of our investors are, your property manager, I'm sure Malika will get into this later too, they will truly make or break your success. I can absolutely speak to the incredible services of our property management team, as I'm a client of that as well. So as you can see, our team here at Marshall Reddick really believes in the services we offer. Malika and I are both clients of a lot of these different areas as well, and as are many of our partners, we can speak from experience how much it's done for us. So our market. So we offer brokerage services in 16 major metropolitan markets. Of those markets, our primary Marshall Reddick focal markets are California, Central Texas, Southwest Florida, Tennessee, and Kentucky. So as far as our market criteria, I have clients reach out to me every day and ask, Rachel, how do you make your decisions of where you guys want to set up? That is an excellent question and extremely important to the health and stability of any thriving real estate market. So the different facets we really focus on before deciding to plug in there. First and foremost, job market. Is the economy and job market thriving? Is it have a diverse job base, not dependent on one particular industry? Just making sure there's lots of strong employment opportunities. Vacancy rates. Is this an area that has low vacancy? Historically speaking, with their property management, is it an area that's desirable, that's easy to fill with tenants? Economic diversity, that is important as well. Just making sure, like I was saying, that we're not entirely too dependent on any one facet in particular. Housing affordability, that's a huge one. You want to be able to find that sweet spot where you can find a great investment that you can purchase at an affordable price that still has a, a profitable rental coming in, and also helping cash flow with that as well. So you have rents that can pay the mortgage well. Is it landlord friendly? Honestly, I think that arguably this could also be equally important to some of the other areas. Landlord friendly, you want to make sure you're in a state where the laws are in your favor, especially given everything the last couple of years. For example, California is very much not as much landlord friendly. That's a very tenant friendly state. So we have a lot of our clients in New York, California, Seattle, Portland, these other areas that are very expensive and very tenant friendly, not with laws in the landlord's favor, that are choosing to invest their capital into markets exactly like Clarksville, Tennessee, where the laws are very landlord supportive. Sorry, my slide. Strong education is also really important. There's a lot of universities, great school options, and all sorts of alternative options as well in this market, and reliable property management. We were talking about that earlier. That is critical to be able to succeed in having an investment property. So with all of that covered, it is my pleasure to introduce you to my amazing partner, Malika Womack. Malika and I work on, we work together all day, every day. We have a lot of transactions going at any given time. She is an incredible and very accomplished agent who I work with, like I said, all the time. Not only is she a phenomenal realtor, but she's also just an awesome person. She always shows her clients hospitality. She always goes above and beyond. It's funny, whenever clients go out to visit Clarksville, which I will hands down say clients visit this market more than any of our other markets. I think they all just want to hang out with Malika. She and her husband, Mike, will show them the area, have them over for one of their legendary dinner parties. I was just telling her, like, I got to get in on this year. And every time Malika comes out to California for work, she has so many of her clients clamoring to take her out to dinner, to have her over for dinner at their house. This is not a normal thing for an investment property realtor, and that just speaks volumes of the type of woman Malika is and how wonderful she treats her clients. They just love her. She's an awesome asset to our company, our clients, and in addition to being a rock star with her clients, she's also extremely decorated in her career. Like, she wouldn't say this, but last year she got awarded in the top 1% of realtors in her entire greater metro market, which is a huge honor and extremely, like, obviously top 1%. That's incredible. So I know you're going to love everything she has to share tonight. And with that said, I'll turn it over to Malika.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Like, I'm just totally blushing right now. Like, you make me blush like in such a major way. But thank you so much for all the kind words. Let me tell you all a little bit about myself. First of all, thank you all for joining tonight. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to spend a little time with us and learn about this market. My name is Malika. I am licensed in Tennessee and Kentucky as a realtor. I handle and oversee the turnkey properties that we have to offer. I'll be showing you one of those at the end of this presentation. I know Clarksville and Oak Grove. I'm very comfortable with it. We are also expanding a little bit to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, as well as Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm learning those areas as well. Let's see here. This is our team. This is our new office. We were so blessed to be able to move. We've grown so much tremendously as an office, as a team here in the Clarksville market, that we had to get a new office. Started off in 2018 when we first opened our first office, and I called it the Harry Potter Closet. I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie or familiar with the books or anything, but it was literally a Harry Potter closet. And, we've been truly tremendously blessed and able to grow. And we went to a bigger office, and now we're in this one. And it looks like pretty soon we'll be outgrowing this one as well. So this is the team. We, work together. We really love what we do as far as property management and, being real estate advisors, realtors, and this is us. A little bit more about what we do here in Clarksville in our office, as well as all of our office throughout the Marshall Reddick networks. We can help you with your sales. If you're looking to purchase a home, if you're looking to put your property on the market for sale, we can help you with that. We could assist you in leasing and finding a tenant for your property, property management. We're just a one-stop shop. Like it says, everything is under one roof. We have turnkey properties, MLS properties is just on a standard MLS. We have properties that we can help you find off-market properties if you're looking, for off-market property. We can help you in any way. We're a full-fledged real estate firm. Private lending, investment fund is our new baby. We been doing that kind of like, kind of low profile with that for about a year or so. But now we are fully doing investment funding. If you are looking to put your money somewhere and make your money make money, definitely, contact us and see about maybe getting in on the investment fund.
Hey, Malika,
Yes.
I was going to hop in real quick and tell our attendees for as far as pocket listings go, Malika is really awesome at getting those as well, just because of her notoriety in the market. There's never been a week that went by when we're working with a client that she didn't have a few come across her desk from local partners. So it really helps to work with people that are recognized in the market as well. So just wanted to throw that in there.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to piggyback off of what you said. Things are scarce. I used to be able to find them plentiful, but it's not as plentiful now because of the market, just being so competitive and aggressive. But I do run across them from time to time. So absolutely. Here you'll see Clarksville and Hopkinsville and how close they are. So, you've probably heard, if you followed us or you're a client with us, you've probably heard of Clarksville and you've heard of Oak Grove, which is right on the border. It's so close to that Kentucky-Tennessee border. But now we have expanded out a little bit, both ways. We've expanded to Nashville. If you look, you can, Nashville is about a 45 to 50-minute drive from Clarksville. And then we've also expanded up a little bit to Hopkinsville, which is about a 25-minute drive, 30-minute drive from Clarksville. So just a lot of opportunities there. There's a strong market that's building in Hopkinsville with rentals. I kind of like stepped into it and didn't realize what I was stepping into, as I would put properties on the rental market for lists that was for rent in Oak Grove. I had a lot of people calling me asking me, Miss Malika, I see your property in Oak Grove and I really like it, but do you have something in Hopkinsville or a little closer to Hopkinsville? And at that time, I didn't, we really wasn't into that market. And then I said, I think there's a market here. People, there's a couple of factories there and warehouses where people work and they want to be close to their job. Even some military people desire to live in Hopkinsville. Maybe it's like a halfway point to their parents or something. So we're in that market now and things are going well, and it's a great market, as well as Oak Grove and Clarksville. So Clarksville, Tennessee market overview. The typical home value in Clarksville is $264, and I would agree with that. I think it is maybe a little higher if you don't have to get into like just a massive bidding war. But that's what the typical home value is in this market right now. As you all know, everything has gone up. The appreciation is crazy. Clarksville appreciation is somewhere between 24-25% over the last year. So that's a great thing. If you're looking for appreciation, I can't think of no place else other than Clarksville. Unless you want to go with Oak Grove. So Oak Grove's typical home values is like 137. I just can't believe this. I've been doing this for quite some time now. I've worked with so many different investors. I've, helped them purchase their investment properties back in 2013, 14, 15, homes that were selling at that time for $70,000 and $80,000. And now those same properties are selling for like 170, 180 in Oak Grove. So it's just, like mind blowing that the appreciation is up like it is, 19% over the past year. Like I never thought that we would see that in Oak Grove, and now it's here. Okay. Huh. Looks like I'm having
Next
some
slide.
type.
Here. Let's see.
Okay, thank you. All right. So population. So Clarksville has grown tremendously. I moved here by way of Atlanta. I've been here almost 11 years now. And the population is at 300,000, and I believe it, and it shows. Traffic is getting bad, and it's just it's everything is a shortage of everything. Like to go out to eat on a Friday night, you might wait in line for 2 hours. It's just, so you could tell that Clarksville is on the map now. It's like that hidden gem. Everybody knows about it now, and they want to come here and take a part of this. If the median age is around 31, 32 years old, but the median income anywhere between 50 to 55, somewhere in there. So that's just to give you a couple of facts about Clarksville, the population, the age range, income.
Hey, Malika, real quick, I just wanted to pop in. I do see some questions coming in, guys. So if we have time at the end, we'll get to those. But if not, we'll be giving you a call tomorrow to follow up with all that too. Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay. I don't know, for some reason it's not working when I get ready to
Let me just click the next slide for you.
okay, thank you.
This is not working. There we go.
Thank you. Okay, so home ownership rate, 59%. That is actually up. That's gone up a little bit from what I can remember. Medium home price, at 213, that's actually up to as far as previous years go. And unemployment rate, 4%. A lot of job opportunities here, guys. A lot of factories and just employment that bring people to Clarksville, that it goes hand in hand because of all the jobs and the employment that's here. Housing is here. Developers are building more and more subdivisions, condos, and you know, and it's just bringing people here to this area, and it's still affordable. You think about some of the other places that are a little bit more expensive. People want to tend to stay around this area because it is affordable.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay, so Clarksville ranked number one hottest housing market nationwide in Open Door study. So this is just a little article talking about, like the MLS listings and how the neighborhoods are going under contract, how long they're staying on the market, things like that. Um, and we have one of the hottest housing markets. It's just phenomenal to me to listen to the radio sometime, or I might be watching TV, flipping through the channels, and there's especially when you're watching stuff about real estate, and they talk about Tennessee and they bring up Clarksville name. Every time they bring up Clarksville names, I get all giddy, like, oh, they said Clarksville, because I'm here and I see it and I know what they're talking about and what they're speaking of. And it's just mind blowing that this, town is so lucrative now. When I first moved here, I saw it go from cornfields and no developing hardly, and now it's just everywhere and it's just booming.
All right, Malika, I think it'll work for you again now. There we go.
Ah,
Yay.
there, yay. Okay, thank you. So some of the key facts about the real estate facts about Clarksville is 24.5% year over year appreciation. The average market rent is like 1388. I know that to some people 1388 might seem expensive, but it's totally not when you look at some of the other markets that we're in, some of the other places, throughout the US, like what the average rent is here. People come and they visit, I have family members that come from like up north, like New York and different places like that, and they'll come and visit me and they'll come to my home and they just cannot believe, like, oh, how much a house like this costs here, because home, this is like $800,000 or $900,000. And it's like, no, it's not, not that bad here. And I hope it never gets that bad. But very affordable. um ultra low cost for your insurance and property taxes. I know Kentucky property taxes is probably around a little bit over 1%. Clarksville is somewhere maybe closer, knocking on almost 2%, but still super low compared to some other places. Some other markets have 3 to 4%, property taxes. We're not that high. So it's very affordable. You can still, purchase your investment property, cash flow and appreciation. What more can you ask for? Top 5 reasons why people are moving to Clarksville. So, like I said, that affordability. Residents in Clarksville enjoy the low cost living in the entire state of Tennessee. So, Clarksville is the 5th largest city in Tennessee. You have Nashville, Memphis, Knoxville, Chattanooga, Clarksville. So, Clarksville is the 5th largest and very affordable. And it's like a nice area, like everything. Like it's so much to do. You're not far from most places. You can get where you want to go within a couple of hours. So it's just, a great place to live. Only 50 miles northwest of Nashville. Okay. And like I said, there's a lot to do here. The city offers a variety of activities. And they're building more. They're thinking of more things to do. They're bringing more entertainment here to this area. The job growth and diversity. We talked about that earlier. There's so many different, and I'll get into that in another slide. But there's so many different companies that are coming to Clarksville. We have meetings at the board, and we're talking about different companies that want to come to Clarksville and open up, an office here or open up a branch here in the Clarksville area because they see how lucrative this area is and they want in. Um, and despite being in the South, Clarksville is an incredibly comfortable city to live in. It is. A lot of people, I meet a lot of military families that move here, by way of the military. And then when they get ready to ETS and get out of the military or whatever, they either come back to Clarksville or they just want to stay in Clarksville because they enjoy it here so much. Great place to raise kids. It's just a good place. Okay. Clarksville is among the country's fastest growing metro area. So Clarksville, like I said, it ranks the 5th fastest growing housing market in the U.S. Um, Boom effect from Nashville, less than an hour away. It talks about 3,149 new single family homes permit requests in Clarksville from April. The builders, I told you, there's subdivisions going up left and right. The builders are building. It's just a high demand. It was an article last year, in 2021, beginning of 2021, that spoke about, the shortage that we have. Like every property that hit the market, it was just everything, multiple offer, multiple offer, multiple offer, because it was just such a shortage. And, I'm hoping that it's getting a little bit back leveled now, but that's still an issue. Properties go on the market, you have a bidding war because everybody wants that property because there's so many properties that are being built and are not ready yet.
Malika, hop in on that real quick.
Sure.
I think a lot of times our clients, especially with the initial meeting with me as an advisor, will get nervous about like the being able to contract on a property. And I would just tell all of our attendees, Malika, like I said, Malika and I work together all the time. I'm quite familiar with the time frame, and I've never ever seen her not be able to get anyone into contract if they're being responsive and watching the emails come through. So it is super competitive, but it's not impenetrable. She's usually able to get people into contract within, what would you say, 2 to 3 offers tops? Like
I would say, yeah, 3 offers. And that's if it's just really a really bad situation where, maybe the client is not, willing to bend on the numbers. But here's the thing, as long as you listen to my advice and reference, because the first thing I'm going to do is speak to that other agent and kind of try to find out, how many offers is it on this property, et cetera, et cetera. I want my client to win. Remember that. Malika wants her client to win.
And those
So
agents want you because then they're going to win too.
right, exactly. And so, it's just about putting in a good, strong offer that makes sense, that the seller, can't say no to, that the seller can't refuse within reason. Like, we're not gonna just, go crazy on an offer, but it's got to make sense. Um, so Hankook Tires is one of the factories that we're going to talk about on another slide too, but I'll give you a little highlight of it. Massive, massive factory that's here, constantly hiring more people because they're constantly adding on to the facility. So therefore, they're hiring more people, and all of these things combined, just what Clarksville has to offer as a city, what Clarksville has to offer as far as employment opportunities, is just what all contributes to the growth of Clarksville as a whole. Um, okay, so these are some of the examples of the employment opportunities that is here in Clarksville. You have Google. Google started off, it was supposed to be a smaller division of Google, but when they got here, and I guess they just kind of saw the vision and decided to grow and hire more staff and build a little bigger. And so you have Google here. You have Hankook Tires, which, like I said, is constantly hiring, constantly adding on. Every time I drive out that way, it just seems like that factory, that plant is getting bigger and bigger, because they bought so many acres to begin with. But it just seems like it's growing every time I, drive by. Bridgestone is also here. LG is here. My brother is one of the leads at LG, and he just keeps me informed of what's going on and how many, jobs are open and they're hiring for. Tonova Healthcare is building. We already have like two different. We have an urgent center. It's like we have the main medical center here, but they also built like an emergency room in the Sango area, and then they also have like doctors' offices throughout Clarksville, and they're building more. So just a lot of different job opportunities, employment opportunities. Have Austin P, the university for the educators in town. Of course, we have the military base, and we'll get into that a little bit in a second. But plenty of opportunity, and that's what helps keep the our unemployment rate, lower, because there is so many jobs in this area. Um, Fort Campbell, second largest military base in the world. It's just massive. It's just a huge base. Um, it just seems like they're never going to finish whatever it is they're doing. I don't know if they're building something or it just supposed to look like that, but whatever they're doing, it just seems like they're never going to finish it because it's just so big. But we have a lot of military people in this town. I will say probably 50%, if not more than that, builds up our base of clients, our tenants. One thing about the military, I know some investors have called me and they're kind of concerned, like, "Hey, Malika, I know that if my tenant is military and they get military orders to leave, I have to let them out of their lease. But how long is my property going to sit?" And my response is always this: it's not going to sit that long because it's a revolving door. One thing about the military, when the troops get deployed or they're getting ready to go on assignment, as soon as those troops are leaving, there's another big mass. We get rushed with military clients, like just blowing us up, looking for a place to live, looking for housing. So it's like a revolving door. So you have one go out the door, one's coming in the back. It's just how quick it is. So don't get deterred with that. Okay, so this is our data packet. You can find this on our website. It just gives you more insight on like information about the economics, just the economy here in the Clarksville, Oak Grove area. It just gives you more like data, statistics, numbers. So you're welcome to, go to our website at any time and you can find out more information on our data packet. Okay, let's talk a little bit about property management. So the number one thing you want to make sure when you are getting ready to buy an investment property is to make sure you have the right people in place to manage your property. I can't stress that enough. You have to look at it like this. Your investment is your baby, and you have to be living your life, working, whatever you got to do, and you have to have somebody to notice and watch your baby, right? And you're not going to just leave your baby with anybody. You want to make sure that your baby is in good hands. Well, your investment property is going to be in awesome hands with Marshall Reddick and the property management team. We're going to go above and beyond to make sure that your property is taken care of, that it's getting all the needs, that every need is being met. This gives you a little bit about our fee structure. It's very straightforward. The lease renewal fee, $150. So whenever you have a tenant that's renewing their lease, we have to redo all their paperwork and redo the lease and all that kind of stuff. So it's $150 fee. Most property managements can charge up to $250 for that. The tenant late fee, whatever the tenant late fee is going to be split 50-50 between yourself as the investor and Marshall Reddick. Reason why it's split, some people have asked me that, is because there's more work that we have to do on the management side to get aggressive about collecting and make sure that tenant is, paying or going to pay, and we got to send out more memos. We just have to do more stuff. So whatever the late fee is, it's a 50-50 split on that. Let's see, leasing fees. Leasing fee is 50% of your rent. So whatever your rent is, if your rent is $1,000, that first every year, whenever we have to release your rental, will be that $500. Will be 50% of that. And for most part, tenants tend to stay longer than a year. So you only have to worry about that once a year or whatever, or every other year or something. Some property management companies charge the whole 100%. So if your rent is $1,000, they keep that whole $1,000 for that first month. So I think that's good, and I think that's fair. We charge no setup fee. There's no maintenance coordination fee, and we don't charge anything to file your evictions. If we have to file evictions, Marshall Reddick, we have worked with the attorneys, and we'll get all that paperwork filed for you and do what we need to do to get the tenant out of the home. As far as a maintenance coordination fee, for those who may not know what that is, so let's just say you have a tenant and your tenant reports a leaking sink, and property management has to contact a plumber to go out there and fix that. And the plumber says, okay, well, we need to replace the faucet, we need to do this, and that's going to be $100. Whatever that plumber charges, you will get an invoice that will go straight to your portal, and that is what you pay. You don't pay $120 because Marshall Reddick is not going to charge you $20, a 20% fee for, coordinating the plumber going out. So that's a great thing, not to have to worry about that. So pay attention to that if you do decide to interview other property managers, or I hope not, but if you do, pay attention to things like that, because that's what you call fine writing. 8% is on your monthly management fee if you have a single family, a condo, or a townhome. If you have multifamilies, it can be anywhere between 7% down to 4%, depending on how many you have. So that's our fee structure. Very straightforward, very reasonable. All right, this map here kind of shows you a little bit of the properties that we have under management, okay? And this is just some of the market. This is just the Oak Grove and the Clarksville market. This kind of just shows you different parts of Clarksville. If you look down here, like this is different parts of Clarksville, and then this end here is like the mid part of Clarksville, and then going up this way, you're getting into the Oak Grove. So this kind of gives you an idea of, how the range of where we manage at. It doesn't have Nashville on there or Hopkinsville, but this kind of gives you an idea. All right, so here we're looking at some numbers, some statistical numbers of this market in Clarksville and how this market has stayed kind of like steady Eddie. It doesn't go down a whole lot. You'll see a little dip down, like 2012, 13, 16 went down a little bit and then it started inclining right back up. So the market has just been steady Eddie for years. Feel free to take a look at, it may have been a year or two that the appreciation, kind of dropped, just took a little bit of a dip. But for the most part, this market is very stable.
Yeah.
Luxury properties are like up in your 200,000 and up, and then you can go all the way down to a D. We, as Marsha Reddick, would not recommend you to get a D property, especially me, because we look at it this way. When you are looking for an investment property, I have investors send me properties all the time, and they'll say, "What about this one? What about this one? This one is only 115,000." And I say, "Yep, you're right. It is. It's 115,000. I'm looking at it, but I'm also knowing the area. This is not an area that I would like for you to be in. Like, this is not a great area. That's why it's priced like that." And it's an old saying: everything that glitter is not gold. And that's how
And
I
Malik,
feel about some of. Huh?
yeah, I was gonna say you're a straight shooter too. You're not gonna let people get themselves in. Like I sent her a really cute on paper duplex a couple months ago, and I was like, I want to buy this. She's like, no, you don't. Not a good neighborhood. It looks really good online, but that's the crucial importance of working with a partner you can trust, and also working with a partner who has a vested interest in making sure the property gets rented. Because any firm
Absolutely.
can tell you whatever they want, and after the property closes, too bad, so sad, it's your problem. But it
Hmm.
is our vested interest to make sure we get you a property in a really good area that will stay tenant occupied, so everybody wins. So that's built-in extra accountability. And then just to piggyback real quick on just how Malika was saying steady Eddie with Clarksville, I'm very much like a looking at the historical performance of a market. And when I meet with my clients and we talk about Clarksville, I love to point out, look at what happened when the market corrected last time. To my knowledge, Clarksville is the only real estate market I've seen that did not dip. They still had growth in the year that everything fell apart. If you look at markets like Arizona or Nevada or other areas, some of them had 40, 50+%. They just got decimated. And Clarksville stayed steady. And a lot of that was before these newer industry companies moved in, like the tech, like a lot of these factories. So they already were steady and now they're just stronger. So this is an awesome market.
Absolutely. Okay. So now I'm going to show you, this is the fun part, guys. I'm going to show you some properties that have been handpicked, so you can kind of look at them and see the different properties that we can help you with investing in, okay? So, my baby, this is 1105 Bark Ridge. It's in Hopkinsville, in the Kentucky side. This is a turnkey property. This property has been completely renovated. It has a new roof, new HVAC unit. It has all new like light fixtures and just the bells and whistles, guys. This is in a great neighborhood in Hopkinsville, one of the more desirable neighborhoods in Hopkinsville. It's so funny. I was there yesterday, and the neighbor, he came out and he was waving at me. He said, "Hey, hey," he said, "Did you get this one sold yet? Because I need to know who my neighbors are." Like, it's just, and I said, "No, not yet, but I'll let you know." Like, he has my number, he has my husband's number. He's like, if I see anything going on, I'm gonna call you and I'm gonna let you know. I said, "That's fine. Yes, please call me. Let me know." And it's just a great neighborhood, a great area. So I'm just excited about this one. If you look at the numbers, the list price for this one is 249.9. Okay. It's going to pull in about 1550 or between 1500 and 1550 in rent, so you look at your cash flow. Okay. So this is going to be a great, great property. I'm so proud of this property and I just can't wait no longer. Let's look at the pictures. Look at that.
Yeah, it's
It's
beautiful.
just, I love it.
Decorated.
Stainless steel appliances throughout, all the different little, features, the little extra TLC we put into it. If you look on this picture here, like the little light fixtures, like I love doing stuff like that. I love every property that I touch. I want to make it super nice. And the first thing I say is, Malika, would you live here? Would you, if you lived here, how would you want this to look? You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to make them put a little love in them and just make them so, comfortable and cozy. When people walk in it, they get that cozy feeling like, oh, this is nice. I want to move in here. I wouldn't mind living here. So this is a property that is a turnkey, is ready to go. And I'm excited about it. Okay, so this property is at 1953 Patton Road. So a little bit about this one is it is just a standard MLS property. So this is not Marshall Reddick affiliated by any means. It's just, we share these properties with you as investors, so you can kind of take a look at the numbers. And I wouldn't be telling you, right, if I didn't tell you that you might have a little bit of a have to put in over asking for your offer. So just because I gotta move this out the way. Hold on 1 second. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Rachel, can you knock me back, please? Can you take me back 2 slides? I'm sorry. I hit something.
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys. We're just clicking away here.
Technical difficulty. Here we go. All right. You were
Take me
on the
back. One more. Okay, thank you. So, I just want you to know that the properties have an asking price, of course, but with the market being the way that it is, be prepared to offer a little over asking in order to get your offer accepted. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but escalation clauses are like the saying now. So every offer is not an offer unless there's an escalator in the offer. So I just kind of wanted to go over that with you. And you can, look at the numbers and see, your down payment. Some people want to pay 25% down, some is only 20. But so we do have properties that we can help you on the standard MLS. So if you're just kind of like set up and you're looking on Zillow or whatever it is, and you see a property that you like in the Clarksville area, you can just reach out to Rachel or myself, and we can help you with that. And this is another one as well. Okay. So and properties like this, like the rent on this one's $14.95. So, right at that $1,500 price mark. These are like the type of properties that most people in that medium income we were talking about, in that 50,000, 55,000 a year income. This is what they're looking for. They're looking for something on this level. It's affordable. They won't go broke trying to pay their rent every month. It's nice. It's decent. It's not like, a trashy neighborhood or nothing like that. And this is what we look for. Um, this is what I look for, especially as a realtor with Marshall Reddick, as an advisor as well. Rachel and I both, we want our clients to have a great experience, with us, and we want them to be pleased with their property. So this is just a couple of examples of properties that we have available, whether if it's a Marshall Reddick turnkey property that you don't have a bidding war. That's the advantage of the Marshall Reddick property. The Marshall Reddick turnkey properties, there's no bidding wars. Whatever the asking price is, that's what it is. We don't play this investor against that one to, get that. We don't do that on those private, listings like that. Now, when it comes to third party listings and the MLS, they're just a bidding war. We cannot, we can ask for repairs when you have your home inspection. If something comes back, we can ask for that, but that doesn't necessarily mean the seller is inclined to do those things. With Marshall Reddick, everything is being disclosed, what's been done to the property in reference to the new roof, the new HVAC, the light fixtures, the toilets, whatever it is. Everything is being disclosed. Like, this is what you're getting. You know what you're getting into, and Marshall Reddick is going to stand by behind their work. Unlike, like I said, you take a gamble on MLS. So here's a little bit about the properties. I'm gonna let Rachel talk to you guys about what to expect.
Yes. Okay. And thank you so much, Malika. In those, you guys are really lucky to be attending tonight when we actually just had that turnkey become available. They are very few and far between. I think a lot of clients are under the misperception that they're readily available at all times. So I would say we have a handful that come up a year. Most everything we do is MLS or perhaps a investor selling, doing it, et cetera, et cetera. So really lucky timing if anyone's ready to jump in. It's a beautiful property and it's going to command really, really impressive rent. So I would definitely recommend that. Okay, so again, for those that don't know me, if you're not already working with an advisor, I definitely recommend that we schedule time to hop on a call. This is kind of what you can expect. Think of me if you like if you like football in the spirit of the season, think of me like your quarterback. If you don't, think of me like a concierge. So like I said, I am a licensed realtor, but a lot of what I do is to serve in an advisory capacity, so I can assist you from every step of the process. We can do your goal setting, look at the different options, decide on the right time when you want to purchase, set the specific property criteria you're looking for, identify markets. Obviously, tonight we're talking about Clarksville. That's one that's near and dear to my heart. I'm hoping to purchase a property with Malika in a couple months. They're 31ing into this market. So, and then introduce you to all the key players. That's Malika, obviously. And what?
Oh no, I was laughing. I didn't say anything.
Sorry. And then she'll be able to connect you with everybody there in the office too, as well as once you're in contract, getting you connected with property management, reviewing all the services that we have with that too. So pretty straightforward. We work as a team. Like I was saying earlier, Malik and I talk every day. So we're very much a package deal and happy to help you find the perfect property. So here's my info one more time. Malika, I'm not sure. Let's see. Do you want to do questions this evening, or should we follow?
If you want to, answer a couple of questions, we got, a couple of minutes. You can answer a couple of questions if you like. If not, we can, you can just follow up. It's up to you.
Okay, let's see. There's two good ones that hi Tyler, by the way. He says, Malika, you're incredible. So there's two pretty good questions here. So one is Ramel wanted to know, could the pandemic have an effect on the recent increase in home prices? I can speak to that, and Malika, obviously you can as well, but Malika and I did a presentation together. Oh gosh, I mean, it's probably been 6 months now ago. I would say absolutely. The pandemic just made Tennessee even more desirable. It already had the stable job base, but there were so many people that moved out there. U-Haul reported Tennessee was the #1 state where they had vans moving people into Tennessee. Clarksville just got inundated with new people. A lot of it, there was an article that came out in CNN Money in 2019 that flagged Clarksville as the top city in the US to live in, kind of put it on the map, and then kick into 2020 with the pandemic. I think a lot of people were fed up with a lot of stuff and wanted to have some space and freedom and better prices, and they could work remotely. So I don't know, Malika, do you have more thoughts on that one?
Well, I absolutely think that the cost of the properties, the housing market going up is due to the pandemic for so many different reasons. Okay. One of the reasons is the cost of materials went up. So because the cost of materials went up, the cost of the housing went up. And I don't think, what I don't think people are grasping is, how is it that we're in the middle of a pandemic and people can still afford to buy homes? And at the rate with this appreciation, they have appreciated up to 25%. How is it happening? That I don't know. But I do know that the cost of housing has went up, and I think it's going to be pretty stable. I don't think it's going to be some big major dip, and all of a sudden homes are gonna, we're gonna go back and revert back to homes being $80,000 again. I think those days are far behind us. So I do think the pandemic has a lot to play in it. I just don't know. I don't know how, if that makes any sense.
No, definitely. So Denise wanted to know, which city do you recommend as a lower barrier to entry that's similar to Clarksville to realize those gains for a new investor? I think, I mean, obviously, Malika, you're the expert, but I would say definitely Oak Grove and Hopkinsville. Like that seems like a very hand-in-hand counterpart in the same market. What would you say?
I would absolutely say that you can cash flow and you're going to appreciate in both, in Clarksville as well as Oak Grove. But next to Clarksville, definitely Oak Grove and Hopkinsville, in my opinion, will be the two places to get in. And let me tell you why. Because you're getting in before the getting gets good. It's kind of like a well-kept secret. So with Hopkinsville, you're not hearing a whole lot about it right now. But once upon a time, you wasn't hearing a whole lot about Oak Grove or Clarksville, but now you are. So this is the time, to get in before it's, you can't get in it because it'll be too expensive. But I would say definitely Oak Grove and Hopkinsville both. The Kentucky side is very affordable. You can actually take the same home, that same layout, same builder, will build a home in Clarksville and will build that same home in Oak Grove. You will pay 40 grand or more for it in Clarksville just because it's in Clarksville, versus you'll save in Oak Grove and the rents are not that different. It might be $100 to maybe $150 difference in the rent, but look at the price that you pay to get in. So I mean, it's either one. You can, but the thing is, with Clarksville, you are definitely going to appreciate a little higher. So if you're looking for appreciation, I would say Clarksville is going to be a little stronger. But if you're looking at cash flow, then you might look at Oak Grove because you'll get a little bit more well-rounded in, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, there's still quite a few more questions, so we're gonna have to get to those tomorrow. But Malika and I will call through the list of everybody that does have questions. And I just wanted to take a moment and thank everybody for coming out tonight. We loved having this event. Malika, thank you so much. I always love hearing from you, and we look forward to working with all of you guys. Feel free to reach out with any questions. And again, we'll follow up with the questions we didn't get to tonight. And thanks, Malika.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank everyone for attending. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night, guys.